If I had to define my style using one word, gosh, I would say elegant. And I know people think when you're speaking of elegance that you're speaking to wealth or you're talking fancy, but those who truly understand elegance, they know that elegance is simplicity at its finest. It's one red rose versus a dozen, or a simple black dress with a strand of pearls. It's simple, and my work is simple. It's not until you get right up on my paintings that you can see the complexity of the brushwork. And it's in the brushwork that my skill level is reflected. That's where you can see my experience as an artist. You can see the 30 years at bat. But I like people to be able to edge into the work. For on the surface, for it to be peaceful. I don't like to say hello, and I don't like things that are really, really busy. And that's very much my personality. I don't like to be involved in complex situations where there's lots of secrets, lots of craziness going on. I don't like things that are heavy. I don't like to argue. I normally just get quiet and go within myself and agree and wait for the storm to pass. It's my personality, and you can't separate an artist's personality or the things that they've been through from their work, because their work is their voice. The work is who they are. And my work is very much me. I like working with 3 or 4 colors. I love working tone on tone, and I like working with large spans of colors versus lots of bits and bobs. I don't believe in order to make a statement that you have to throw everything at the canvas, including the kitchen sink. I think less is more, and you can see that reflected in everything I do, from the way that I dress, from the way that I decorate my home, to the way that I landscape my garden. I recently moved into a new home, and there were beds everywhere, and I just started stripping them out and breaking it down and moving bushes together. I love things that are a reflection, and you see that in my work as well. I don't buy 1 flower vase, I'll buy 2, and I'll put 1 in one room and 1 in another, so that when you come in, there's a feeling of unity. And I believe that brings peace to your spirit, and I do that in my work. You'll see a blue over here reflect in the same tone of blue, slightly lighter over here. You'll see the colors reflected throughout. I don't like to shock the eye, because I'm not a shocking person. I'm a very quiet, peaceful, still person. And that's what you see in my work. I did an activist piece, 6 Minutes Till Sunday, which dealt with domestic violence. And that subject is a very painful one, and so I reflected that in the blues and grays in the piece, but I did it very subtly, and I have the viewer ease into it. Once you're staring at it a while, you do start to feel the pain and the emotion, but you have to study it a minute. It doesn't just bam, hit you. And I think that we should ease into subjects like that gently, with a lot of compassion and a lot of understanding and a lot of love. And that painting does have that, but it also has a moment of stillness in it and a moment of great pain. And in the activist pieces I don't go for shock as much as I go for pain and sorrow and reality. In the pieces that I've done for Africa, there's a lot of red. And I know people think that I was trying to shock, but I wasn't. There's a lot of blood when you slaughter an animal. That's the reality of it. And I think that when people are faced with that reality, that it causes them to look at it a bit differently. I didn't pretty it up. I broke it down literally to the bare bones and the blood. But I didn't do it to shock. I did it to really bring the truth home. And so there again, they were simple on the surface, but as you study them, you begin to feel the pain. The reality begins to set in. And I just think that less is more, and you could say a lot more with a softer voice.